Hello and welcome back to Burbank, California for the Pro League Season 2 LAN Finals. Joining me this time are Moses and Blue, two of the casters here at the event, and we're going to play a little bit of Truth or Lie. So, again, the premise here is each of these guys are going to read two statements to each other. One of them will be true, one of them will be a lie, and they will have to question each other to figure out which is which. So, without further ado, Jason, can we have your first statement, please?
Yes. Currently beating Anders 7-3 at Online Monopoly.
And into the microphone, that was,
I'm currently beating Anders 7-3 at Online Monopoly.
So does he read the second one first?
No.
Oh,
Just pick that apart for now.
Oh, okay.
What's your initial thoughts on that?
How often do you play Online Monopoly with Anders?
We played a lot.
This isn't Pop Flash.
It's new to me. We played a lot earlier this year when our schedules weren't so hectic, but now it's maybe once a month.
What website do you do this on?
We have an app on our tablets. There's a Monopoly app.
If I might interject, what makes you so dominant at Monopoly if you're 7-3 in the lead?
It's controlling the orange ones. On the second turn. Also, the light blue ones are really good. If you get some houses and some hotels up there really, really quickly, it's just unstoppable force. Because they're relatively cheap.
What do you think? Pretty plausible?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to pick apart here?
No, I think that's a pretty out there statement. So there's not much I can poke on that one about Online Monopoly with Anders.
Okay, well let's jump over to statement number 2. See if this makes it any clearer for you. So, fact number 2 about Jason is
My third girlfriend used to have a Warhammer axe and mace crisscrossed above her fireplace.
Your third girlfriend?
Yes.
What was her name?
It was Jessica.
Ooh,
Jessica Maxon, actually.
Took a while to answer there, but you did embellish with extra detail at the end. So,
where did this take place? Or where were you living at the time?
I was living in Chicago. She was in the suburbs.
How did she get into Warhammer?
It wasn't into Warhammer. It was she went to a medieval festival and bought the authentic, actual 80-pound Warhammer and mace. It wasn't the actual Warhammer game. It was,
what kind of girls are you going for here?
Well,
Okay.
All right, I think I got a good idea about that one.
Okay, so you feel you're in a good place to make a decision now?
Yeah, I think so.
So, what are we saying?
So, okay, I'm going to say the girlfriend with the crazy weaponry crisscrossed is false, and the Anders and Online Monopoly thing is true.
Before we reveal, what makes you say that?
He hesitated quite a bit on the girlfriend answers.
Okay, so it's not the fact itself; it was his delivery of the
Yeah,
backup.
you gotta press him, keep him quick. If he delays at all, then I'm thinking it's false. Or
Okay,
he has to
so
think about it.
In that case, Jason, are you beating Anders 7-3 at Online Monopoly?
I have never played Anders in a
I got
single game of Monopoly.
Alas, that was a lie. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Still, you get the good old college try, right?
Yeah. I tried to mind game him, and it just went the complete opposite direction.
Oh, you tried to mind game Jason. Oh,
Can't
by
mind
reading.
game me, bro.
I guess not.
You can't mind game me.
All right. Well, you've got a chance to make amends here. Blue, statement number 1.
All right. Let's see. So my first one is I played the lead role in my high school musical,
Which musical?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
All right, hesitation. Let's calm down. What was your character's name?
Charlie.
If that's a lie, I mean that is just genius storytelling there.
Yeah.
I played Charlie in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Musical, name 2 of the songs.
It's a good question.
All right, Cheer Up Charlie. That's pretty self-explanatory. I honestly can't remember a second song from it.
How long ago was this?
This was 10th grade, if I remember correctly. So about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound plausible?
I'm all good there.
Okay, so let's go with statement number 2.
All right. I read the first Game of Thrones book cover to cover inside a bookstore because I didn't want to buy it.
How long did it take you?
Couple hours. Say 5-6 hours.
5 or 6 is more than a couple, right?
Just a couple subjective.
Okay.
Depends.
All right.
So you were in there the whole day, basically?
Yeah.
What bookstore?
Barnes and Nobles.
Did you have a bagel while you were reading this?
No, it didn't have the Starbucks
Starbucks
inside.
cafe?
It was just boring
That
Barnes
is
and
a
Nobles.
Bush League Barnes and Noble. Let me
I
tell
mean, I
you.
do live in New Jersey.
Well, that's a really good point. Was it Barnes and Noble inside of a mall, or was it just a standalone
No,
store?
it was just like it was at a strip mall.
Okay.
You're not going to ask, I mean, how you avoided security for this amount of time? They don't just let you read the books.
There's no
right?
security at Barnes
It's
and
not a
Noble.
library. You can't just sit down and read Game of Thrones.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
They're like paid like slightly above minimum wage. I don't think they're not at that point where they care about the product yet.
That's harsh. Can you believe that?
I mean,
We've
I
got-
worked retail.
We've got a production team looking at us just gone out here. I mean, that's
yeah,
outrageous.
That's just the Game of Thrones is true.
You think
the
ga-
musical is false.
This is final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, Blue, did you stand in a Barnes and Noble for 5 hours and read Game of Thrones cover to cover?
I've not even finished the first Game of Thrones book.
Oh man, we both got wrecked.
Oh, dude,
Just annihilated.
that's embarrassing for you.
It is a little bit embarrassing.
Can you even read the first Game of Thrones in 5 hours? They're massive
Yeah,
books,
yeah,
aren't
you
they?
can.
You can?
Probably if you're speedy enough reader. I'm not.
First one wasn't as bad as it's it's the ones that came after.
I see.
Sequels.
Okay. Well, in that case, you're both losers. I don't know what to tell you.
I lost twice today. I lost Anders as well.
Yeah, not on a good streak so far.
No.
Any, I don't guess, final words of commiseration before we end this?
No, not really. Just
No?
we both suck.
You're both equally bad.
Yeah, but only one of us was not in a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory musical.
Yeah, that's... Still, you were Charlie. At least you were the lead guy,
That's
right?
true. That's very true.
Congratulations,
I
Blue.
was the star of my
Wait,
10th
can you
grade
give us
class.
a little bit of a sample of Cheer Up Charlie?
No.
Come
'Cause
on.
I didn't actually sing in that one. I don't think Charlie actually sings.
You started in a
that was-
musical that you didn't sing in?
No. Well, no. You sing, but you didn't sing in that song. You just
Okay.
you just stand in the middle of the stage while your mother sings around you, and it's like a really awkward scene.
This is almost better than actually singing the song.
Okay, well, guys, thank you very much. I'll
No
let
problem.
you go back to the desk. I think you've got a game you probably should be watching. Pleasure again playing with you, Jason, for the second time, and you again, Blue. So,
Thank you very much.
guys, thanks again for watching, and for everyone at ESEA.net, stay tuned for more coverage here in California.